Chapter 5. Attention, please. Have you ever had to fight with the roar of an aeroplane's engines for the attention of your audience? If you take on an open-air speaking engagement in a neighborhood with a nearby airport, you will understand exactly what I mean. And the winner is the aeroplane. No speaker can compete with that monstrous level of noise and win. Sometimes, members of the audience will be engrossed in conversation or too distracted to pay attention to you. At an awards event, I had to contend with a 5-minute corporate video on mute and on replay. After 3 minutes of trying to grab my guests' attention without success, I took a decision. I made the operator turn off the video. Immediately, everyone focused on the stage and the event burst into life. How you begin sets the tone for the entire event. Your audience must clearly hear you tell them what is happening, why it is important, and who is involved. If a plane has just taken off over your event venue, let it pass before you start or proceed. If the audience is more interested in a video or slideshow, turn it off before you make your opening remarks. My favorite way to get the attention of an audience is silence. Here's how it works. As soon as you get the green light from the event organizer, stride purposefully to the stage. Face the audience, smile, and gaze at them. Do not say a word. Look down the middle row. Turn your head to look at those on the right, then those on your left, and then back to those in the center. This should take about a minute. You will notice the audience getting quieter and quieter until their silence matches yours. You've got their attention without saying a single word. Try it the next time you have to start an event. Since everyone will expect you to speak as soon as you get on the stage, not talking immediately causes the audience to focus on you. They will become curious and will want to know what happens next, which is exactly the state of mind you will want them to be in. Another effective attention grabber is the use of a question. Spoken in an authoritative voice, it has the power to focus the minds of your listeners on you. Why are questions so effective? That is because human beings have an innate desire not to keep things hanging and unresolved. They want answers. When you ask a question, people always respond, if not audibly, then in their minds. Either way, you have their attention at that moment. Imagine introducing a leadership conference with the following words. You know that to be a great leader, you must be prepared to die young? Lumumba, Kennedy, Luther King, they were great leaders, weren't they? And yet, how many of them lived to see their grandchildren? When you pause after a question, your audience will fill in the answers themselves. It is a sure way to get their attention. You can also start off with laughter. Note, this is not your cue to launch into a full-scale stand-up routine. Why compete with the professional comedians? Bring a smile to the faces of your guests with your personal, humorous observations of what the topical conversation topics are. It could even be something funny you heard or saw while waiting for the occasion to begin. If you are the type who can poke fun at yourself, go for it. However, be careful about using humor to start an event. If you get an overly enthusiastic response, the audience may expect your entire presentation to be light and jokey. On the other hand, if you get it wrong, you may set the audience against you. As much as possible, stay clear of controversial jokes about sex, religion, or politics. Those topics could land you in hot water. Silence, questions, and humor. These are the tools I use to get the attention of my audiences. Experiment with them to see which ones work best for you. If you don't want to attract attention, don't start something new. Sicilian proverb.